गांधी वो इधर देख के ये कर
पहले ये करवा दो, ये भी करवा दो, ये कैप्चर करके ना एडिट कर दो। हमारा just take the horizontal dart. This. Thank you. अंकल आप आइए साथ में। Lovely balls. Thank you very much.
Kiran?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming over and gracing the occasion of the final presentation and the prize distribution ceremony of the inaugural RKG snooker tournament. It's a very unique tournament and the first of its kind in our country, a ranking series tournament, an open tournament for snooker, Indian snooker players, something which has not happened before. So it's actually a wonderful and momentous occasion. So I think it's a sport that really has not got its due despite the number of world champions that India has produced. And one of them, of course, who's got a dozen world titles is right here with us. This tournament, which is going to be a series tournament which is going to be traveled through 4 cities and culminate in a grand final in Bombay, carries a total purse of 3.5 lakhs for each of the 4 zones: North Zone, South Zone, East Zone and West Zone. And finally, the grand final will be in Bombay with a prize purse of 7 lakhs. So a total of 21 lakhs will be on offer for all the players, and they can of course take part in each of the 4 events, and then of course they qualify on the basis of the ranking points for the grand finale. It's been like 12 days of fairly intense snooker. Initial days, of course, saw many of the players who want to reach the standards that the likes of our finalists and the semi-finalists have achieved in their wonderful career. Those were really exciting early days where we saw some new and fresh talent, and which culminated over this weekend. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and finally today's the final. From here, the series will travel to Ahmedabad, Chennai, Kolkata, and finally the grand finale in Mumbai, where the prize purse will be doubled. Today in the final, we saw the top two seeds duly justify their billing and reach the final. Pankaj Advani and Kamal Chawla, they produced some wonderful snooker through two sessions. The first session, it looked like the 12-time world champion in different formats seemed to be running away, but Kamal was up to the task in the second session, where he produced a tremendous fight back before Pankaj pulled through at 6-2. So Pankaj also had 3 century breaks during the tournament. The third one coming in the morning session of this. It was an absolutely wonderful display in the final, coming up with a break of 133. I think that was like almost as good as you can get to perfection, of course, with 147 being the magic number in the sport. Nevertheless, I think there were quite a few fortunate people in the hall in both the sessions in the morning and in the afternoon to see this tremendous performance. Of course, this tournament, which is very unique, as I said before, would not have been possible but for a very old friend of mine for more than 25 years, Mr. Ravinder Gupta, who wears so many hats that I think he has to carry a hat rack with him everywhere that he goes. He's a publisher, writer, photographer, traveler, and above all, as we know, as we've seen in this past fortnight, a wonderful and a very gracious promoter of snooker. He has done this in the past over many, many years, over the last couple of decades at least that I've known him. And here he's come up with a very unique tournament, which has culminated with 2 wonderful champions displaying their prowess at this rather interesting and intriguing game. And of course, he's always been backed by Mrs. Kiran Gupta, who's a tremendous enthusiast in the sport, and I don't think she missed a minute of the final, that she was seated almost like a sphinx right through the final, all the 8 frames that we saw. And of course, no tournament can ever be a success without ever it having a good and a historic venue. In Delhi, I can assure you, I've been watching sport for more than 25-30 years. I think this club really deserves to be called as, in some ways, as the true friend of snooker and billiards, Q Sports. There used to be this tournament, and very aptly this hall where we are standing here is named after the gentleman Bhelwan Dhupia, who used to have a tournament in his name, and it is really fitting that we are having this presentation in this very hall. Mr. P.S. Bedi, chairman of the Chelmsford Club and a very well-known face in the world of sport in Delhi and all over the country, was very gracious to allow the use of his club for this tournament over this past fortnight. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And also, I know this club because I spend all my time right across the street in the press club. So the snooker room is always filled with all kinds of enthusiasts. So also, thank you very much to the members here who gave up their pleasure for these 2 weeks to allow this tournament to happen. And I think that also contributed to the success of it. The organizing committee and each and every member of the Chelmsford Club needs to be thanked for this, the sacrifice that they made over the past 2 weeks. And of course, the tournament would also not have happened without a whole lot of people who contribute to the success. Many of them are behind the scenes, and some of them actually do appear when the stage is set, people like markers, the referees, and so on. And of course, organizers like Q Sports, spearheaded by people like Padma Podar, Vivek Pathak, and of course, one of our great champions in the sport, Yasin Merchant. And I can also say that another old friend of mine, Yashvi Sharma, who has been part of this tournament, part of this venture, almost from conception to delivery. So, and he's also a man who wears a lot of hats, maybe not as many as Mr. Ravinder Gupta, but quite a few, I can assure you. He's also a wonderful cook, and I think many of you must have had the occasion of seeing that book on Amritsar cooking, just as Ravinder Gupta's book on travel around Europe and around the world. So thank you very much, Yashvi, for being such a wonderful supporter of the sport like that. And I can tell you most journalists in this city have been taught snooker and chess by people like Yashvi Sharma. No, little wonder that everybody out here in Intelli media recognizes Yashvi as a senior person and also as a senior journalist. I think I've spoken quite a bit now, and I think I just love the sport and I just love the atmosphere that existed this afternoon. Despite a few distractions, as Pankaj later said, this was still better than many other cities and many countries. So thank you very much, and I think the two players did extremely well to put up with it and come up with a great show. So may I now, I think we'll now start with the formal proceedings of recognizing and rewarding all those people who made this tournament a great success. Can I ask Yashvi to come up first? Where is Yashvi? I was scared. I said so many good things about you, and if you weren't here, all would have been wasted. Thank you, Yashvi. Can I just ask you to give away a few prizes right at the beginning? Come here. Come to the center. A person like me should stand on the sidelines, not you.
You were the sideline.
No, I'm the sideline. You go to the center, I'll keep giving it to you. Can we have the markers, please? Mr. Jagdish and Mr. Arun. As I said, no sport would ever be complete without people, selfless people like the markers, and they here, Jagdish and Arun. Thank you very much. A couple more things to do. And I said the referees, Mr. Jayaprakash and Ajay Rehan. We got a small memento for you. And Mr. Satnam Singh. And may I now also ask, okay, I think we'll get a picture of all of them together. May I also request Mr. R.V. Ganesh, the chief referee, to join us. I think, can we have all the referees and the chief referee together? Let's have one picture of all of them together. All of you together. Thank you very much, Mr. Ganesh and your team, and thanks a lot, Yashvi. May I now request Mrs. Kiran Gupta to come to the stage. I want her to give a few of the prizes. This is the penalty for being a supporter of the game. May I first request Sandeep Gulati, a fourth finalist. May I now request semi-finalist Mr. Malkeet Singh. And the second other semi-finalist, Mr. Varun Madan. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. May I now request Mr. Bailey to come to the stage, sir, to give away the prize to one of our players. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all on behalf of the management of the Jampur Club. Mr. Swami has given the details of this match. This has been a wonderful occasion, and especially this is first time this tournament is being held in such a big fashion. And I assure you that in future we will take all precautions so that you don't have any difficulty. We will see that this place is more appropriate rather than billiard room. And Mr. Jaspreet Sharma, on behalf of Mr. Vinder Kumar Gupta, who have organized this thing, I can assure them that we never thought it will be on such a big show and such a big fashion. But in future, I can assure you, this will be in a much bigger show and much bigger arrangement, so that most of the people from Delhi who are billiard lovers, they should come and join this place. Thank you very much. I am grateful to you for organizing this in such a big fashion, and it will be a permanent feature, and 10th Foot Club will be at your disposal. Thank you very much.
So may I now request you to give away the prize to our runner-up onto the center of the stage. A wonderful runner-up as this evening has been Kamal Chawla, an Asian snooker bronze medalist and captain of the Indian team at the Asian Team Championships. You know, we all talk about India-Pakistan rivalries. The Indian snooker team beat Kamal. There's quite a few things for you. So the Indian team beat Pakistan in August to win the Asian team gold medal, and that was a huge thing. There's one more cup for you to come there. That's a wonderful cup there for Kamal Chawla, who put up a fantastic performance in the second session, and maybe it actually close the outfit. Thank you, Kamal, and thank you for your wonderful performance. Thank you, Mr. Vedi. Thanks a lot, sir. I've just been informed by Padma, who's the brain behind all these things. I think there's a couple of mementos to be given. Am I right, Vivek? Mr. Ravinder is to give the memento to Mr. Vedi.
I think this is for you. I'll give it to you. No, my contribution is zero.
Since, once again, Mr. Bedi, since you were so keen, since you were insistent on making sure that Ravinder also got something, we've ensured that. Now, you have to give the moment to Mr. Ravinder. May I request Mr. Gupta to stay on the stage? I think now it's time for the big prize, a 12th-time world champion in very many different formats. He's represented India at the world stage now for so many years that he actually seems like a veteran, but he's not touched 30 years yet. Pankaj Dwani is a master at virtually all the formats and all sorts of cue games. I mean, whether it's billiards or snooker, pool, he's played professional snooker also internationally. And during the course of this fortnight, he came up with 3 wonderful century breaks. A bit of a rarity in the sport, not as often as you see centuries in cricket, because in snooker it's much more difficult. So, may I now request winner of the inaugural leg, the North Zone leg of the RKG snooker tournament, the Open Ranking Series, Pankaj Advani. Pankaj Advani, one of the unsung superstars of our sport, a Khel Ratna Award winner and winner of many international awards. He takes home ₹1 lakh for the first leg, and there's going to be 3 more legs coming up before the grand finale. And I must also add one small thing here. Pankaj, just beyond, we'd like you to say a few words also. Here, Pankaj, you can give it to me. I must also add one small thing here before I request Pankaj to say a few words. Players like Kamal, Pankaj are also, aided by their respective employees and sponsors or supporters. Like Kamal is backed by Railways and Pankaj by ONGC. So I think we must thank them also for having given them a lot of support for their sport. So may I now request Pankaj to say a few words. Pankaj.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to play so many tournaments in India. A few years ago, the players were complaining. They were saying there are not many tournaments. There are not many opportunities to earn prize money. It's becoming difficult to sustain and all of that. But now with Mr. Ravindra Gupta coming up with a wonderful series of events.
This was not a very big prize.
This, of course, we expect more from you, sir. This is just the beginning, but jokes apart, thank you so much for organizing what was truly an entertaining event, and we're looking forward to the other 3 legs, and of course the grand finale, which is in Mumbai in June. Congratulations to Kamal, a good friend of mine, always been a very attacking, aggressive and exciting player to watch. Hard luck today. The best part about these tournaments is that there are a lot of youngsters who are coming up, and in this tournament we saw a lot of the top seeds and some of the the India number 3, 4, 5 and some of the many top players who were expected to come through to the quarters and semis did not make it, and that is what these legs provide. They provide an opportunity to all those youngsters who want to try and beat the top players, who want to come there and reach the semis or the finals, and it gives them that platform. So I'd like to thank the Chelmsford Club in this case for providing us with the venue, and obviously we would love to play in a bigger venue like this hall in future. Of course, Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for sponsoring this event and being the man behind this entire series of events. Vivek, who's obviously worked tirelessly to ensure that everything runs smoothly. R.P. Ganesh, the chief referee, thank you so much. You not only play one part of the game like us as players, but you do for both of us. So you've got to be really focused at your job. Thank you so much, and your entire team. And Yashbir Sharma, sir, thank you so much for being a supporter of the game, for being around whenever we need you, whenever we need to talk to you about anything regarding the tournament. Padma, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming down today. So just looking forward to the next set of events and wish all of you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj. You're a wonderful ambassador, not just for your sport, but for Indian sport itself. So thank you very much for those kind words for not only the sponsors, the venue, the hosts, etc., but also for all the people behind the scenes. I think I'll just go just an extra bit, and may I now request Padma, Podar and Vivek, two of the people that you haven't seen but who worked tirelessly below. Can you just come here and can I just thank you for your efforts over the past 4 times. Mr. Bailey would like to say something. Padma, thank you. Vivek, I must tell you, I should have thought of Mr. D.K. Dingra initially itself, because that's a name which keeps figuring quite often in the roster of winners out there in the billiards room when you see that. So, and he's been a tremendous supporter of the sport. Thank you very much, Mr. Dingra. And I think my apologies for the earlier omission. So can you let the people have a look at the man? Yes, if you walk into the billiards room, you'll see his name a few times out there on the board.
Everybody for leading this tournament. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gupta, can I request you to... Sir, Mr. Gupta, can I request you to propose a vote of thanks, and then I think we will close the short and sweet ceremony. Mr. Gupta.
First of all, I would like to thank the management of Chelmsford Club, all the support they have given, the referees, and ultimately players. And I always want to keep up this sport and fly high. Thank you very much. snacks are ready.
Man of few words, but he puts in a lot of money and effort out in our sport. Thank you very much, Mr. Gupta. May I now... Kamal? Oh, yes, everybody. That's popular demand. I'm sorry, Kamal, you have to say a few words. Quite popular. Kamal's going to say a few words, please, and then we'll have a team.
Good evening. Actually, everything has been already said by Pankaj, so nothing left for me. But I would like to thank Jamshod Club and the committee of this tournament, especially Ravinder sir, Vivek Pathak, who has made this new concept of snooker to uplift the game all over India. I am very thankful to him and his all team of Q Sports India, and many congratulations to Pankaj again. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Pankaj. May I now request everybody to join us for some tea and refreshments, please. Thank you very much.
It's so big.